By golly, this is a special occasion today. We had the world's heavyweight champion in here, Ric Flair, and now we've got the Southern heavyweight champ, Jerry the King Lawler, who's got that belt around that waist.
Yes, Lance, and it feels very, very good to hear you call me that again. You know, I told you it was a big, the biggest match of my career last week, and I was fortunate enough to come out the new Southern heavyweight champion. Now, I want to just come out here for a second for two reasons. First of all, to clear up all of this, you know, I thought I was going to have to send you a shovel out here because it was getting pretty deep a few seconds ago with Hart out here saying that he won the belt for me, and now I see he's even got my cousin Carl out here, and he's probably got his head a little going in the wrong direction, but it will only take me a few minutes to straighten that young man out. And as far as Hart thinking that he ever won anything in his life, he's sadly mistaken, Lance. I beat the man with very, very little help from Jimmy Hart, I might add. He was there as a diversion, but I want to make this clear. You know, I had people telling me all along that, King, are you going in the first family? Are you teaming back up with Hart? Well, let me assure you that nothing was ever further from my mind because, you see, I used Hart. I made a fool out of Hart. I used him. I won my Southern heavyweight title back. I'm the champion, and Hart's still running around the same little clown that he ever was. If he ever thought for 1 minute that I would take him back, the only way I told him that I would take him back as my manager was if he carried all my suitcases, did all my arrangements, and was just a general flunky, exactly like he was before when I first had him. That would be the only way. He expected me, Lance, to join the first family and be some first lieutenant or something like that. So I straightened him out real quick on that. Now, Hart, if you've got any other ideas about anything you ever want to business he wants to conduct with me, this is as close as you're going to get to me from now on, Hart. I want you to understand that, buddy. Just get within range, and I'm going to put this right upside your head. But enough about Hart, Lance. Okay. You're right. This is an exciting day. You know, I got here early. I was supposed to wrestle. I see, you know, they don't have my name on the list.
No, it's not.
They had me down against Pat Hutchison. Now, you and I know you could beat Pat Hutchison, couldn't you, Lance?
Hey, come on.
So I got dressed. And Eddie Marlin says, you're wrestling Pat Hutchison? I said, scratch me off the list, Eddie. It's no use me even wasting my time. But I would like, before I leave today, I would like to have the opportunity to shake hands with Ric Flair, the world heavyweight champion.
You haven't met Rick before?
Oh, I just said I would like to shake hands with Ric Flair, Lance. He's supposed to wrestle now. If you could go ahead and ring the bell, maybe I could just stay out here. And,
okay, let me get around here, and we'll tap the bell, and we'll get the champion out here. Because he is, as a matter of fact, coming up in the next bout. He's going against young Rick McCord, and it'll be our first look at him.
He's obviously great, isn't he? I mean, you know, he sounded like he's full of confidence.
He is full of confidence.
He is
no question about it.
And there he is, right here.
Here he comes. The NWA World Heavyweight Champion, Ric Flair. Rick, can we get you before you... Rick, can I get you to come over here just a moment?
Do you mind if I just want to talk to you for just a second, wish you well on your match, shake hands, and this kind of thing? You don't mind?
Rick,
Okay. Plenty of time for that. Okay,
and I think, obviously, these two gentlemen know each other, the Southern heavyweight champion, Jerry Lawler, and Ric Flair, the world heavyweight champion.
Welcome you to this area.
What was the name?
Come on. You know me as well as you know, well, you don't know Lance, but you know, we've wrestled on a lot of cards in Florida just a couple of weeks ago. Jerry Lawler, you know that, right? I mean, you know, I understand completely. Look, he's got that little devilish smile there. I know Rick very well.
I agreed to come to Memphis, Tennessee, because the world champion should give everyone an opportunity to see big-time professional wrestling at its best. But Jerry Lawler, I believe they call him the King over here in Memphis, is not going to take up any time of the world champions. Now, you see, there's a lot of women in this audience over there that are dying for me to slide out of the $7,000 robe. So, Mr. Lawler, when I get through with, what's his name?
Rick McCord.
When I get through with Mr. McCord, I'll be back. How's that sound?
Let me say this now. It's all, you know, it's plain to see that you are here for one reason, and that is to impress all of these pretty women that you see sitting in the audience, and there are some pretty ones. You know, I heard you say that you had heard a lot about this area, about you know, that maybe it's all rednecks and that kind of thing down here. But I think you can see from the people here that you were misinformed. And you want to, being the world champion that you are, undoubtedly, as you said earlier, the greatest wrestler in the world today. Is that right? Well, okay, what you need to do here...
I couldn't have said that better myself.
Okay,
Thank you,
fine. Oh, hey, you won't get any arguments from me. You know, what you want to do is look as good as possible. This is the first time that you've been on this TV in this area.
Right.
You want to impress these people. You want to look as good as possible today in front of this thousands of people that are watching. Now, I'm going to tell you something about Rick McCord. Now, I like Rick McCord, and this is no offense to Rick at all, but Rick is a young wrestler. He's fairly inexperienced. And I think it's safe to say that Rick has never won a match here on this television. Am I correct?
I don't remember it if he did.
I'm not saying that as a knock to Rick. I'm saying it because the man is inexperienced. Now, were a man of your caliber to go in the ring there, you being the world heavyweight champion, were you to go in there and beat Ric Flair and beat Rick McCord, you really aren't going to impress anybody. I mean, when you step in the ring, you wouldn't be able to walk in that audience and get one person to say that man has a chance against you.
You know, you and I just aren't communicating on the same level. You see, these people are here. I could go in there and wrestle a broom. They're here to see Ric Flair. Now, I'm telling you, I gave Memphis a little credit. Memphis has shown me a little bit more than I thought ever possible in the city of Memphis, Tennessee. But you don't seem to understand, these people over here have come to see me against anybody. It could be you. It could be, who's the little guy with the dark hair? What's his name? What do they call him?
Bill Dundee.
Oh, Bill Dundee. It could be anybody. Ric Flair, the greatest. Ric Flair, the legend. Ric Flair, your world champion, and all these people out here, world champion. So, makes no difference. You want me to wrestle somebody else? Give me somebody else. Competition is all secondary next to Ric Flair.
Wow. Rick, excuse me just one more second. You just said the magic words there. If you are the world heavyweight champion, there's no doubt in anybody's mind. You wear the gold, you're the greatest wrestler in the world today. So, like you said, it shouldn't matter who you wrestle. Nobody's in your caliber, right? Well, why don't we let Rick go on back to the dressing room, and I had a match scheduled very similar to this man right here. If you don't mind, why don't you and I go in the ring? Now, listen, like I said, no, wait. Listen, wait a minute, Rick.
I think the folks like that.
It's obvious to you that even I'm not in your caliber. Nobody in this area is in your caliber. So when you beat me, you're going to impress these people. They will be impressed when you beat Jerry Lawler right in that ring. Right there.
You want to wrestle the world champion?
Don't you think anybody wants to wrestle the world champion?
Hey.
It's an honor for me, Rick. I would love to wrestle. It would be...
What kind of a time limit do we have in these matches?
10 minutes. One fall, 10-minute time limit.
You want 10 minutes of my time?
I would love it. Is that all right with you?
Non-title, get in the ring, brother.
Wait a minute.
Ric Flair has said he will go on a non-title, one fall, 10-minute time limit bout.
Let me ask you one more thing. I realize I'm taking a lot of your time here, and it's very valuable, precious time. But since I or Rick McCord up there, and nobody in this area is in the same caliber of wrestler as you, and that's true because you are the one and only world champion, since we've only got 10 minutes, why don't we really make this interesting? Why don't we make everybody out there at home excited, all of these people really excited, make this the most interesting and exciting show that there's ever been on wrestling, and put the world title up for just the 10 minutes. No big deal. You probably beat me in 30 seconds.
You're
the world champion.
You wouldn't be putting a little of that country jive on me now, would you?
No. You know, Lance, would I jive the world heavyweight
champion? The world champion never puts his title on TV. Number one, I don't make $500,000 a year, and I don't fly around in a big jet defending that title on local TV programs. You understand?
I got you.
But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Because you're a big deal around here. Because I even saw you on TV the other night. Boy, you were a real big deal the other night. Tell you what I'm going to do for you, what I'm going to do for you, and I'm going to do for Memphis, because I think it's long overdue. You get in that ring, the belt will be on the line, and I'm going to pull you through your hoop, Daddy.
You heard it right there. Ric Flair said he would put the title on the line.
For 10 minutes, the World Heavyweight Championship is at stake in this ring, right?
That's what the man said. I didn't know you could have a 10-minute championship match. But Ric Flair has... So Rick McCord steps out. Okay, Dave, how about the official entry? Whoa, how about this? All right.
Introducing the challenger from Memphis, Tennessee at 228 pounds, Jerry the King Lawler, and the champion from Minneapolis, Minnesota, 240 pounds, Ric Flair. This is a world championship match, one fall, 10-minute time limit. Jerry Calhoun, the referee.
Well, I'll tell you, Davey, we have often said that on championship wrestling, where the unexpected can be expected, it happened today. Okay, we'll get it clear. One more comment from Rick before we get it underway here. Yeah, Rick.
Never let it be said that the world champion is not a fair man. Lawler's a big deal in this part of the country. He's a big deal in professional wrestling. But you see, his image was all Jerry Lawler because he never was in the ring with Ric Flair. So if Mr. Lawler wants to step out of this ring and walk back there before I embarrass him, and before really he has to walk out of this television studio with his head between his legs, I'm going to give him an opportunity to do it. So why don't you make that clear to the audience and make that clear to Lawler. If you want the easy way out, brother, just get out of the ring and I'll forget it.
No, let's don't forget it, please. 10 minutes, world title.
You really want 10 minutes with a world champion?
Well,
You want 10 minutes with Ric Flair? Daddy, you got it. Don't let dust get on this, brother.
oh, no.
My pride and joy.
We got it. Well, by golly, I'll tell you, I take my hat off to the champion in this respect. He didn't back up 1 minute. And, of course, neither did the King. Bell time, and David, here we go.
Oh, world title match. NWA World Championship belt. It's on the desk in front of us here. It is at stake in a 10-minute time limit match as Lawler challenges Ric Flair.
Rick takes Lawler down. Face first, moves around, and Lawler squeezes out of it as Flair is right back over to the ropes. Side headlock, Flair moves around behind, takes that arm in a hammer position, but nice reversal from Lawler. Lance Russell and Dave Brown right at ringside with an unexpected bout today and an extreme pleasure of having an NWA World Heavyweight Championship match. One fall, 10 minutes. I said I never heard of a 10-minute championship match, but if Flair puts the belt on the line, that's good enough for me. And I can tell you this, that it's sure good enough for Lawler. Flair moves in, bangs him with that shoulder, takes it around and under. And Lawler on a reversal. Well, he didn't beat him in 30 seconds.
No, that's true. He was unable to do that. Of course, he never said he would. Lawler said he probably could, but Lawler and Flair, a couple of well-matched wrestlers there.
All right.
I wonder if Ric Flair has seen Jerry Lawler wrestle much. He said he'd seen him on TV before. He had heard, oh, Flair. Back on the ropes and shoves Lawler back away.
When I get on the ropes, you move back.
Back in the center of the ring. Jerry Lawler with the headlock on the world champion Ric Flair.
Double wrist lock up top, and they're battling it, and Flair. With Lawler now coming back straight up. He takes it into a standing side headlock.
Flair gave it his best shot in trying to power his way out of it, but Lawler right with him every step of the way. Shoulders down. Lawler with the shoulders down briefly. Had no trouble in kicking back over after Flair had rolled him up. Lawler hanging on to that headlock. As long as it's working, he can wear Flair down. Now Flair rolls the shoulders down again. Count of one. Lawler can make Ric Flair use a lot of energy in trying to work his way out of this hole. He fires Lawler into the rope. Lawler not coming off of there. Flair lets him go by. Lawler ducks under. Reversal by Lawler.
He's got Mr. Flair's dander up a little bit, David.
I believe you're right. All right, we've got about, let's see, 4 minutes left. 4 minutes left.
Past the halfway mark, we've got about 4 minutes in time left to go, and Lawler and Flair. So that becomes a very important item, Dave.
Especially now, yeah, since we're past halfway mark.
Flair blisters him with a chop. He's banging away on the King now. He dropped down with the lower part of the leg. The referee said legal 1, 2, and Lawler kicked out of it. Lawler slipped the suplex. He's around behind on a sleeper with Flair.
We have less than 3 minutes left in the time limit.
And good night. Flair got the momentum forward and wanged into the ropes. Lawler went sliding right off and really hit his head on that floor. Outside the ring now, Flair going after Lawler on our studio floor. And we're down to the 2-minute mark about on the action. Yeah, right now, 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes on the time limit. Lawler whipped in. Big elbow. Referee Jerry Calhoun reminding Flair about the power driver, Dave, I believe.
I think you're right. Looked like that's what he was going for.
1, 2, and Lawler again. Thought he had him that time.
I did too. He was close, but Lawler able to break it just before the 3 count fell.
A little under a minute and a half to go. About a minute and a half. Crowd partisan for Lawler, obviously. Trying to cheer him on and get him going, but Flair is starting to really put the steam on him. Another 2 count.
1 minute.
1 minute, 60 seconds to go. Lawler banged down hard as Flair again dropped straight down, mashing that forehead. The referee didn't call it. He looked awfully close to a knee in the forehead. Suplex. Flair straight up in the air, and Lawler crushed down on that mat at the 30-second mark. We've got 30 seconds to go. He's going for a figure 4 leg lock. He's got Lawler in it. And And our time is winding down. That's it. 10-minute time limit is up. That's all. So the figure 4 leg lock is going to go for naught, and the bout is going to end up in a draw, Dave, as Flair will not let go.
He gave up, didn't he?
And the bout, which was an unexpected one for us here to see the King and Ric Flair going at it, but the 10-minute time limit, which was, no, he didn't give up on it. The time limit ran out. The 10-minute time limit ran out on it, and it is a draw.
We played by your rules, now we play by mine. 5 more minutes. 5 more. Hey, no questions. The world champion wants 5 more minutes, but the world champion wants the world championship.
I guess we have 5 more minutes coming up. Huh?
Referee certainly doesn't know.
Okay, well, we're off and running on it because Flair going after Lawler. This is an extended portion, another match getting underway as Ric Flair says, I want 5 more minutes. And Flair pounding on Lawler. Lawler taking those shots from Ric Flair. He's driven back into the corner, and the King right now being brutalized. Look out. There's that Lawler move, and he nails Flair. Lawler knuckling Ric Flair in this extra 5 minutes as Flair holding on, Dave. Oh, he almost kicked him right over that ring post into the monitor and on the floor, and Flair slammed. Look at Lawler go to town.
Flair taking a breather out here, getting out of the ring. After Lawler, it's been all Lawler in this second 5 minutes.
Flair grabs his belt and heads out of here. Ric Flair, after being... Lawler telling referee Jerry Calhoun that he left, count him out of it. And Jerry is right. He did pick up his belt and left.
He's counted out. I'm the world heavyweight champion, right?
I tell you, I just really don't know.
He left the ring. He's counted out. I'm the champion.
I don't know. Of course, that is nothing new. I have known what's happened here since we all got started in this. Ric Flair came out here. I tell you what we're going to have to do.
I'm the champion. That's what we got to do.
Jerry, I don't know, but...
Get the belt!
I got to take a break, and maybe we'll find out. Listen, see if you can get Eddie Marlin for me during this break, and let me see if we can get this thing straightened out. We're going to take a break, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, Eddie. We've got to get this cleared up on the thing because Flair picked up the belt and left in here, and it would seem to me that would make Lawler the world heavyweight champion.
Well, it's real confusing to everybody except Ric Flair. I went back and talked to him, and he said, what's the big deal? He said, show me the contract for today's title match, and I'll produce the belt. So without his word, it wasn't a title match. So he said we had to have a contract. We didn't have a contract. Here he is right here.
Just a minute, brother. Produce the contract.
Well,
Show me a contract that said I wrestled for the world championship. Show it to me. You're a big deal in this town. You're a big man. Show me a contract.
I don't have a
You know why it doesn't exist? You think you're talking to some country hick like this town's made out of? You're talking to the world champion,
We
brother.
just took you for your word. That's
Yes,
all.
well, I'll tell you what. Take me for this, brother. You will never see the day that I wrestled Jerry Lawler. And you know why? I'll tell you why. Don't crowd me. Get in here, big man. This seems to be the in the whole town that I can look in the eye and believe. You understand what I'm telling you? He's like me. He likes nice clothes. He likes a good laugh. He likes the soft touch of a pretty woman. And he likes money. So let me show you something, brother. Don't you walk away either. I don't care if you're a multi-millionaire, Eddie Marlin. I'm a multi-millionaire, too. Just a minute, partner.
I presume, then, that officially means that the title did not change hands. It was no title match.
Who's wasting it around? You know damn well it didn't change hands. Okay. It's on the waist of the world champion, brother.
All right. Well,
you know, I want to tell you something. I came out here out of the goodness of my heart. I flew my Learjet in here out of the goodness of my heart, and you country bumpkins, you rednecks, tried to put something over on Mr. Cool. No way, Daddy. Not today, anyway. What's today?
Flair. What is happening here?
Hey, don't you worry. When I turn around, I'll tell you what's happening.
Well, in case you just joined us, this is the World Heavyweight Champ, Ric Flair, who has called this meeting with Jimmy Hart out here. Now, all right.
My personal check. And, brother, if you don't think this is as good as gold, call anywhere in the country. Anywhere. I got more money in more banks around the United States than any man alive. $10,000. You know what this is for? Because I want you to bring me the blood and the sweat and the guts of Jerry Lawler. And you, for trying to intimidate me, for trying to pull something off, are going to have to watch the slow destruction of your big-time hero. You understand what I'm telling you? I don't care if you're a multi-millionaire. You don't. Yeah, well, take this and take this. It's my word. $10,000, brother. I'll sign the check the day you deliver to me a piece of Jerry Lawler. And I don't care whether you wrap it up, whether you put it in a box. I don't care. I want to hear that Lawler's got a broken leg. I want to hear he's got a broken arm. I want to hear he's got a broken neck. I want to hear Jerry Lawler is no longer a professional wrestler. And I'll tell you what, Daddy, because you're the man you are, that 10,000 is just openers. Now, you, Mr. Russell, I complimented you. I said you were a real man. Well, I'm going to tell you something. I can't help but believe deep down inside you didn't have something to do with this. And because you think Jerry Lawler is a big deal, you're going to have the privilege of watching this, too. Because we're going to bring in men from all over the world. And so keep your mouth shut, brother, when I'm talking. And Jerry Lawler, if you're out there, remember this, brother. You are going to belong to me as a present from this man right here.
Let me say one thing, baby. For $10,000, he might not even be alive the time you get back, baby. For 10 grand, woo!
Yeah, you came to the right one when you went to Hart, that's for a fact.
Let me tell you something. What comes out of my mouth is as good as gold. Put it in the bank. What I can't go out and get myself, I buy. And I'm buying Jerry Lawler's hide. I'm going to be very polite. Lawler, laugh, joke about this, but remember one thing. You've never come up against Ric Flair. And what I want, I get. You remember it, and you remind these people in Memphis, Tennessee, there's only one Big Daddy, and it's Ric Flair.
Okay, well, we heard it from the world's champion in a rather unchampionship-like gesture, getting Jimmy Hart out of here. He, in fact, did give him a check for $10,000. It's not signed, and he said he will sign it at such appropriate time as he has the evidence that Lawler is not wrestling anymore.